Yo, what's up? I got a cool one for you, a little quick one. Have you ever been in the back of the truck or the car, you're going to pull out the rods and they're all just cluster bombed together?
That sucks.
The line's all twisted in together. Oh my goodness, it's a mess. I'm gonna show you a couple tips on how you can keep your rods all nice and clean so that when you pull them out of the truck, they're nice and crispy. Roll that intro. Okay, so let's pick on the two-piece rods first, right? So let's just say you have a two-piece or multiple-piece rod like the one I'm holding in my hand. This, by the way, is the 6-foot micro that we have on the website.
Link in description.
I have one of our brand new mini cranks on there too, if you haven't seen them.
Link in description.
So you're done fishing for the day and you're going to put your rod away in the car or the truck. What do you do with a two-piece rod to make it nice and crispy and clean so you're not running into all those tangles on the next trip?
Here's what I do.
I take my hook or my bait and I hook it on the last eyelet before the separation. If you look close, right there is the separation where it comes apart, right?
So you got the bottom piece, you have the top piece.
So what I do is I hook my bait to that eyelet or to the ring in the eyelet, the little part that connects to the rod. And what I do is I disconnect the rod at that point. Now what I'll do is I'll just kind of like let the top part drape down and then reel it all the way up to the other eyelet. Now because I'm OCD, that little difference there where it steps down drives me bonkers. Also, in some cases, the top of the rod pop out further than the base of the rod, and you don't want that that being a problem with maybe the possibility of it breaking off
Or something, you know?
So what I do is I'll kind of like pull it with the drag until it's nice and level at the tip. And we have this gizmo. It's called a rod butler.
Link in description.
Now, if you have a two-piece rod or a three-piece rod,
Dude.
$3, I think it is present value, whatever time. I mean, it's less than $5, right? And you get two of these bad boys. This is the Crap Slap version.
Crap Slap's our crappie line, by the way.
And what's cool about this is it's just like an old rubber band method, but it doesn't dry rot out. It has a real nice bungee to it, so it's real flexible. It has a piece of foam here on it that protects your rod, so it's not rubbing and causing like scrubbing the clear coat off your rods. And the way this works is you literally would slide this over the butt end of your rod and make sure that both sections of your rod are both in the rod butler. You then pull down the top of the rod butler until it's nice and snug.
Like so.
Now these come in 2-packs, so you got one for the bottom. On the top, literally same action. All you do is loop both sections around and you cinch it down just like that. How do you get it off? It's stuck on there, right? It's very simple. There's a little button on the bottom. You just slide that button away from the rod and it loosens up that cinch, and all you do is pull away from a little bit and there you go. Nice and cheap, easy method, awesome tool to use when you're trying to keep the rods, especially the two-piece, nice and crispy.
Now, Rick, can I use these on like multiple rods to keep them all together?
Yeah, you can. For example, if you have two rods such as so, and you want to keep them all nice and crispy in the back of your truck, your car, even when you're carrying them, maybe transporting them in the airport, wherever.
Maybe not in the airport, I don't know.
You could cinch this together and keep all your rods in one nice clean package. Pretty cool. Now, another way that I like to keep my rods nice and crispy, and this goes on the boat also. So if I'm done fishing that particular rod, and I'm going to pick up another rod that has another bait on it, here's what I do. What I will do is extend my bait all the way down to the hook keeper. Now, if your rod does not have a little line keeper there, a little hook towards the bottom, you could hook it to the most bottom eyelet. Some guys like to do the bail itself like that, or even somewhere on the handle. But for me, I like to use a rod that has a little line keeper, a little hook keeper in it. I put my bait on there. Now, the tip of my rod, I make sure that the line is nice and snug, but to the point where it's not bending the rod. So I wouldn't reel in enough line like this. I'd reel it to where it was nice and parallel with the line itself. Now, once that rod and the line is nice and parallel with itself, but it's still snug, I like to grab the line like this at the first eyelet closest to the reel, and I'll do this. I will spin the rod twice. 1, 2, and then let go.
Magic.
Thank you, thank you. I know. Now what that does, guys, is it keeps the line nice and snug up against the rod so that when you're going to put it back in the rod box or in your truck or car or even set it on the deck of the boat or shore, it's nice and tight. The line is nice and tight to the rod and it doesn't have a lot of area except for down by the reel to kind of snag on another rod or something else. Now you can literally put these together, grab a whole handful of rods, and the likelihood of them snagging on each other has incrementally decreased. Now that's a couple low-cost options to help you keep the rods nice and tidy. I hope that helped you guys today. Be sure to subscribe below. Make sure you smash the thumbs up, ring the bell so you're getting all the notifications. Share it with your favorite friends, and we will see you on the next one. Woo!